What is going on, guys? Fitcho here, and welcome back to my MotoGP 17 career mode. Today, we're here for episode number 5. And first of all, I just want to apologize for not uploading this series. And I think it's almost been a week now, as last Saturday, I did get a little bit sick, and I've been sick up until about now, this entire last week. I've got a cold, really bad sore throat. I just could barely talk, let alone, commentate one of these action-packed Moto3 races. I know, really bad timing as well, getting sick 2 days after the launch of MotoGP 17, and it's been absolutely killing me not being able to make these videos for the last week. But we are back today, back ready to get back into Moto3 action. I've just said back a lot of times there, but anyway, we're heading to Jerez for the 4th round of the season and the first round of the European portion of the season. Let's get into it. Also, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to you guys for such an awesome response on the first 4 episodes of this MotoGP career mode. They've gone down better than I thought they ever would, and there's so many new guys have subscribed to the channel, so I just want to say welcome to all of you and thank you to everyone that has supported this series. And I definitely want to continue this all the way up until winning the MotoGP World title, and then of course moving into the manager side of the career mode, which I'm really looking forward to. So here we are in Spain at the Jerez circuit, ready for qualifying. So here we go, we are on track for qualifying as we head down towards the final corner. Our target is a 149.7 at this stage as we power out of the final corner up towards the start-finish line to start our first flying lap here in qualifying as we head down towards the first corner. Hard on the brakes, lean the bike in all the way down to first gear as the apex is on a little bit of a crash there. It's a bit of an interesting corner, and now the downhill braking for this tricky second corner as you're going downhill as you sort of go hairpin to the right. Now we flick the bike left. This bit is very fast and tricky. You got to slow it down a little bit and down a gear through that fast left-hander. It's always hard to judge just how fast to go through there as we go fastest through the first section up towards this very long right-hander, and it's very important to get a good exit off here because that sets up the run all the way down the back straight towards the dry stack corner. Of course, the very tight hairpin here and a great overtaking opportunity as we're hard on the brakes. We're going very, very deep though. We've missed the apex by an absolute mile to the dry stack corner. A terrible line through there, so this definitely won't be a very quick lap as through the fast left-hander and then back on the brakes for this next left-hander. This one is quite tight and you want to be careful on the exit because not long after this corner you're going to be flicking the bike back to the right for the double right-hander all the way down to first gear. Try to hold the bike in tight. You don't want to run it too wide because you do exactly that and just get a little bit loose on that curb, and that stuffs you up for the next right-hander. Now only 3 corners I should say to go through the first of the fast right-handers, and now another fast right-hander. These are always hard to judge. Those sort of high-speed corners I find quite difficult on this game, just judging how much speed you can take through them. Is now down into the final corner, the Jorge Lorenzo corner, and power out of there. A little bit too much exit curve, probably going to lose a little bit of time, not getting the traction down as quickly as he wanted, and across the line a 151.0, and that is good enough for 13th place for now, but we can definitely improve. So we've taken pole position here at Jerez by over a second to Joan Mir in 2nd place, and then joining us on the front row of the grid is Jorge Martin. Romano Fenati, Aaron Canet, and Nicolo Bulliger will start from the 2nd row of the grid with Fabio Di Gianantonio, John McPhee, and Mino on the 3rd row of the grid, and our teammate Nicolo Antonelli rounding out the top 10. So here we are, it is race day, and it is nice and sunny here in Spain, a nice 22 degrees Celsius with a track temperature of 41 degrees. Let's go, come into the garage now, and get ourselves psyched up for this Grand Prix in Jerez.
The riders are lined up, the engines are revving, just a few more seconds, and another Spanish Grand Prix will begin here at Jerez de la Frontera.
Here we go, it is race time here in Spain as we get the bike up into first gear. The revs rise, the lights come on, and it's lights out, and away we go. The Spanish Grand Prix is underway here in Jerez. We get decent start from pole position. We've already got Joan Mir looking up our inside as we head down into the first corner. And there goes Jorge Martin as well, all the way up into the lead, is now down towards turn number 2, right on the back of Johan Mir, actually up his inside and up the inside of Jorge Martin, back into the lead of this Grand Prix. Here comes Jorge Martin up my inside into this fast right-hander, and Johan Mir and Bulliger through the long right-hander is now onto the long back straight as Aaron Canet has also slipped past us with dropped all the way down into 5th place, is now down to the dry sack corner. Can we sneak up the inside of these guys as they all run a little bit deep? Yes, we can. All the way back up into 2nd place as we're on the back of Jorge Martin. Can we force it up his inside? Yes, we can. And just like that, from 5th place to 1st in 2 corners, and we are back into the lead of this Grand Prix. Oh, here he comes. Jorge Martin just barging up our inside and taking the lead. Just like that. Can we do the same to him? Yes, we can. Back up his inside. He goes up our inside in the first part of the double right-hander. Then we repay the favor in the second part of the double right-hander. Here he comes up our inside into the Jorge Lorenzo corner, and we've dropped all the way down to 4th place as Johan Mir has also got past as we come up to the start-finish line to end lap 1 of 12 here at Jerez. As we head up towards turn number 1, we all fan out and back onto the brakes, and we've got the line a little bit wrong. It was a right on the back of Nicolo Bulliger as he's run a little bit wide up his inside down into turn number 2, and we should be able to make this move stick. Yes, we can. And around the outside of Jorge Martin and Johan Mir back into the lead of this Grand Prix as we head into this fast right-hander. Oh, we've cut that a little bit onto the grass. Mir and Jorge Martin have slotted back passes into 1st and 2nd, and there goes Bulliger up our inside, and Canet is trying to join him. He sneaks up our inside and up the inside of Bulliger and onto the podium, as now down the back straight as Mino slips past us. As we head down towards the dry sack corner, we are falling down the field fast as down into the dry sack corner. Finardi pushes up our inside but then runs it in too deep, and we switch back up his inside and into 5th place. We're on the back of Mino now. We're just going to have to be patient, try to find a way past him, as it looks like the front 2 are starting to try to break away a little bit as Bastianini now sneaks up our inside as we run it a little bit wide through the left-hander. Bastianini's got a poor exit, and we're going to sneak up his inside into the fast right-hander and back into 5th place and past. I didn't even see who that was. And around the outside of Mino, we're going to run it a little bit wide into the gravel. And Canet and Bastianini are back passes. That all so nearly worked beautifully there, but we just ran it a little bit too hot into the second of the fast right-handers. We're side by side with Finardi, but we get the better exit off the final corner as we end lap number 2 and head down towards the first corner as there are bikes all over the place in front of us. Can we sneak up the inside of Bastianini? No, we can't, as he's going up the inside of Canet and Mino, and now we're going to follow up the inside of Mino and possibly Canet into turn number 2. Back up into 4th place as Bastianini is now right in front of us, and the front 2 have got a little bit of a gap, not a big gap, but we need to make sure that they can't extend that gap any further. We've seen in some of the earlier rounds of the season, I think Argentina in particular, if the front 2 get a little bit of a gap, they will run away with it, as now we lose 2 positions to Mino, and I think that might have been Bulliger possibly? No, possibly Canet, as we now head down the back straight towards the dry sack corner. Hard on the brakes, we've got it very, very deep, cut it back. Try to get a good exit around the outside of Canet. A little bit of contact is now. Can we sneak up the inside of Mino into the left hand? And no, we can't. He shuts the door in our face. Can we try it around the outside of Enea Bastianini? Yes, we can. Through turn number 3 and back into 4th place. He gives the back of our bike a little bit of a tap. As now up next we have Mino, who's catching up to that front 2 a little bit, I reckon. So I think their chances of breaking away at the front of this race have gone now as we head onto this back straight. But we really need to knuckle down and trying to catch up to Mino and the front 2, and hopefully no one dives up our inside. As I say that, Canet and Bastianini go for the move. We swap back up their inside as they run it a little bit deep, and we hold on to 4th place for now. Oh, Jorge Martin has not had a good run off the double right-hander. We're going to sneak up his inside through the fast right-hander, and we're back into a podium place as this is turning into a four-way fight for the lead as he's going back up our inside, down into the Jorge Lorenzo corner. Can we swap back up his inside? No, we can't. He got the bike pulled up there nicely and didn't run it in too deep as we're about to start lap number 6 of 12, the halfway point of this Grand Prix. As we head down towards turn number 1, we just got caught on the back of Jorge Martin's bike a little bit, and Aaron Canet made the most of that and slingshotted himself up into third place. Oh, Jorge Martin pushing up our inside, but he can't make that move stick. And we hold on to 4th places on the back of Canet. Can we throw it up the inside through this fast left-hander? We're going to try it. Push him a little bit wide and we're back onto the podium. But that's not going to last as he's going to look back up our inside into this long right-hander. It looks like he's going to get it, but we cut back up his inside. No, we don't. As he covers off the line, is now onto the long back straight, and we sneak up his inside back into third place as we head down to the dry sack corner hard on the brakes. Now we need to really try to catch up to Mino and Mia, who are trying to break away but seem to be doing so unsuccessfully, as through this long left hand you can see they're getting closer to us, and hopefully we can get back within the slipstream and not allow them to get away in the lead of this Grand Prix here at Jerez. Oh, Bastianini pushing up our inside, a little tap on the back of the bike and then forcing the move up the inside, and he moves up into third place as we come up to the fast right-hander. Can we try something around the outside? Yes, we can. And back into third place. Oh, he's trying up the inside of the final corner. Canet and Jorge Martin follow him through, but Martin cannot make that move stick, and we've dropped back to 5th place as we end lap number 6 and start lap 7 as we head up towards turn number 1. Go wide on the entry, try to cut it back to the apex and slip up these guys inside. We can't quite make that work as we now head down towards turn number 2, and Jorge Martin slips up our inside, runs a little bit deep. We sneak back up his inside and past Canet in the process and back into 4th place, and we're going to sneak up the inside of Bastianini, but we can't quite make that move stick. Up the inside of the fast left-hander is now up to this long right-hander. Jorge Martin is trying to force the issue up our inside, and he seems to have done it. Up into 4th place, I should say, and Canet has followed him through, is now into the slipstream of Canet, and Martin is now onto the brakes for the dry sack corner. We've run it a little bit too deep, cut it back, try to get a nice exit as Canet has run very, very wide through there. Now to the outside of Jorge Martin through this fast left-handed, careful not to get out onto the grass, and Canet has snuck back up our inside, and we're down to 6th place. Up the inside of Jorge Martin, a very aggressive move, and we make that stick. Up into 5th place, we've run it a little bit wide through the second of the fast right-handers, and he retakes that position, is now through Jorge Lorenzo corner, trying to get a good exit off the corner as we head onto the pit straight in the slipstream of Jorge Martin to the inside as we get up into 5th place, now in the slipstream of Enea Bastianini, but not going to make that move stick, is now around the outside of Aaron Canet, back to his inside, a little bit of a tap on the back of his bike as he gets past his teammate. Bastianini's down into turn number 2 on the inside of Bastianini and up the inside of Aaron Canet, and back into 3rd place is Mino and Mira, still just in front of us, just outside of touching distance at this stage. We're on lap 8 of 12. We really need to get our head down and try to catch up to these two, but Canet doesn't want to do that as he pushes back up our inside and into 3rd place. This battling is not helping us if we want to go for the win in today's Grand Prix. Is now up the inside of Aaron Canet, down to the dry sack corner, trying to get the bike to the apex, but Jorge Martin is pushing up our inside. He runs it deep and back up his inside into 3rd place again. Oh, Jorge Martin, he pushes up our inside and he makes that move stick. And like I said, this battling is really not helping us right now as Canet is pushing up our inside and Bastianini is trying to follow him. As now here goes Bastianini up our inside and we're just getting shuffled back through the pack, but it seems like the front two are battling as well as now around the outside of Canet back into 4th place, and we've got that move done. Hopefully we can have a decent run through the second of the right-handers and not lose the position this time, which we do. And those front two battling could just be our saving grace. We go a little bit deep into the last corner as Canet gets up our inside. We try to switch back up his inside, but we couldn't quite find the traction there on the exit. We start lap number 9, the 4th last lap here in Jerez as we head down towards turn number 1 up the inside of Canet and back into 4th place. And it really seems like this front two battle, their battle has really dropped them back into our clutches as a little bit deep into turn 2. Canet almost gets up our inside, but we hold on to the position as now through the fast left-hander. We're on the back of Jorge Martin. He seems to be on the back of Joan Mir as Mino leads this Grand Prix. This seems to have turned back into a big scrap for the lead, not just a two-way fight, as those guys have dropped back into our clutches. Here comes Bastianini up our inside down towards the dry sack corner. We're going to run a little bit too deep. There goes Bastianini and Canet as we try to swap back on them. We knocked one of their bikes as Bastianini has lost out there, and Canet has jumped all the way up into 4th place. We're a little bit too high up on the curb, and that cost us through that fast left-hander, and Bastianini went right around our outside, and we're back down into 6th place here. Can we go around the outside of Enea Bastianini through the fast right-hander? Yes, we can. Up into 5th place. He going to try it up our inside. He thought about it, but he couldn't make that move stick. And as you can see, just look up ahead. This has turned into an all-out scrap for the win here in Jerez as Bastianini is trying to barge back up our insides. We're about to start the 3rd last lap here in Spain. Up the inside of Aaron Canet down into turn number 2. And we make that move stick up the inside of Jorge Martin and Mino, possibly Mir. Can we try it up the inside of the Leopard bike? We try it. We go very, very wide. But Mir just holds on to that position. Is now up to this fast right-hander. Get the bike slowed down as now Mino is trying to push back up our inside. Is now onto the back straight in the slipstream of Mino as we head down towards the dry sack corner. Pull to the inside as now we're going to jump onto the brakes. We swap back to the outside as a couple bikes go very, very deep, and we cut back up there inside as Mino and Mir make a little bit of contact to the outside of Mir through the fast left-hander. We can't quite make that move stick as we're right on the back of the Leopard up the inside of this left-hander, and again we can't quite make that move stick. We are back into 2nd place, and we definitely have a chance of winning this Grand Prix. We're on the back of Joan Mir, the championship leader and the current race leader, as through the slow right hand he runs a little bit deep. We sneak up his inside and into the lead of this Grand Prix with only 2 laps to go and a handful of corners. Oh, here he comes up the inside of the final corner. Mino is trying to follow him, but they both run it too deep, and we sneak back up their insides and retake the lead of this Grand Prix as we start the penultimate lap here in Jerez. Here we go, onto the back straight for the 2nd last time, and there is Joan Mir in our slipstream down towards the dry sack corner, and he doesn't seem close. No, he is close enough as he dives up our inside, and so does Philip Erdl. Philip Erdl has come out of absolutely nowhere and is now in contention for the win here in Jerez. I haven't even seen him all race, and there he is now battling for the win as there he goes up our inside with Joan Mir into the fast left-hander. Can we switch back up the inside of Mir, which turns to the outside for this left-hander? Hopefully they run it a little bit deep, which Mir does. Back up his inside into 2nd place. Can we sneak up the inside of Erdl? We're going to try it side by side with Philip Erdl down towards the fast right-hand as we just make that move stick back into the lead of this Grand Prix as we have 1 lap to go and 1 corner. Oh, he's barging up our inside down into the Jorge Lorenzo corner as out of the final corner we get the better drive up towards the line as we're about to start the final lap here at Jerez. Here we go, onto the back straight for the last time in today's Grand Prix. And there is our teammate of all people in our slipstream is down towards the dry sack corner, hard on the brakes, and there goes Antonelli and Mino up our inside. Where on earth has Antonelli come from? I have not seen him all races. We've been shuffled back to third place now, as we only have a handful of corners to go here at Jerez. And we are not going to go down without a fight, as we have dropped off the back of Mino and Antonelli with only a handful of corners to go through the double right-hander now, as Mino is snuck up the inside of Antonelli. We have 3 corners to go here at Jerez. Our teammate doesn't seem to have had the best exit. Can we sneak up the inside of the fast right-hander? Yes, we can. Barge him out of the way, up the inside of Mino through the second last corner, back into the lead of the Grand Prix, down towards the final corner. Jorge Lorenzo corner, hold it tight to the apex. Mino has snuck up our inside, back onto the power. It's going to be a drag race to the line, and we get the better traction out of the final corner, up to the line, and we win here in Jerez. Oh my god, what a race that was. A drag race out of the final corner, up to the line, and we just beat Mino to the win there by 4/10 of a second. And it's a all KTM podium, all KTM top 4, believe it or not, with myself, Mino, and our teammate Nicolo Antonelli on the podium. In 4th place was Philip Ertel, another KTM bike, with Jorge Martin dropping down to 5th place, Nicolo Bulliger in 6th, and Johan Mir, the championship leader, all the way down in 7th place. He was in that battle, that two-way battle for the lead for the majority of that Grand Prix, but in the end, he got shuffled all the way back down to 7th place. Then you got Aaron Canet, John McPhee, and Enea Bastianini rounding out the top 10. So today's win here in Jerez has promoted us to the lead of the Riders' Championship with 79 points, 10 points more than our nearest rival, which is Johan Mir on 69 points. His 7th place today has really hurt him. Then you got Mino sitting in 3rd place with Aaron Canet in 4th and Nicolo Bulliger in 5th. In the Constructors' standings, KTM have now taken the lead with 86 points, 9 more points than Honda, who are sitting on 77. Then you have Mahindra and Peugeot, who are both yet to score any points at all. So that'll do it for today, guys. If I have sounded a little bit croaky or a little bit weird, that is because like I said, I've been sick for the last week, and I'm still a little bit sick, but my throat is a lot better now. It's still not perfect, it's still a little bit sore, so I might have sounded a little bit weird in today's video, but that is why. But what a race that was in Jerez. Next time out, we head to France for head to Le Mans at the Bugatti circuit for the French Grand Prix, and I'm really looking forward to that one, and that'll be in the next episode. So that'll do it for today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Fitcho, and I'll see you all next time.